But the deal is, can you travel to Bhutan kind of on a budget and independently? Yes, you can. I'm here now. Let's see if they let me in without a guide. And explore by yourself here. You can explore the Dzong right over there, amazing. And they have tours, so you can also research about it. It's not that expensive here, actually. It's not like the food, clothes, and everything. You have the largest Dzong, like this one. So there are things to do in Punak as well. There are one thing that you can escape, the Social Development Fund. Chicken fried rice, it's about $3.50, almost $4. That's pretty cheap. Holy, it's gonna come above me? Hello everyone, welcome to another Out of Your Comfort Zone channel video here about Bhutan, how to travel to Bhutan partially independently or full independently on a budget. Yes, it's possible. If I was lucky enough and you were lucky enough, you just saw a video of one of their planes, the two airlines that they have here in Paro in Bhutan, Druk Air and Bhutan Airways, landing over here. Super cool, right? It's one of the hardest airports in the world, like the fifth most dangerous airport in the world. Few pilots have the training to land here. And this video here is just gonna be about traveling to Bhutan on a budget. That's it, or independently. If you wanna know more about traveling around Bhutan, main attractions, what about the country, the happiness index, carbon negative, the SDVF fund, I'm gonna have a separate video about my time here. And if you want to know more about the geopolitics about Bhutan, which are very important, because Bhutan is squeezed between two giants, China and India, which they don't like each other so much, and that can affect Bhutan. It's already affecting Bhutan. I'm going to have a separate video about the geopolitics about Bhutan, and some videos reviewing my flights with Druk Air and Bhutan Airlines. This video is about traveling independently. And to start already, there one thing that you can escape, the Social Development Fund, which is for a good reason, right? People wanna travel, they have disposable income to travel, why not contribute to the country? Right now, it's $100 per night. Used to be 200, there's a promotion, I believe, until 2027, and now it's 100. So hurry up, enjoy the promotion, so that you can escape from that. But the deal is, can you travel to Bhutan kind of on a budget and independently? Yes, you can. And I'm going to explain here together, both of us, how we can do that. You can do in two ways, flying or by land. Let's go flying first. The cheapest way to fly to Bhutan, they don't have many options because there are two airlines only and they have only short haul planes. The cheapest way to fly is from Kathmandu, Nepal. About return $450. So if you're already traveling around Nepal, exploring the Himalayas, why not extend your trip to the Himalayas and here to Bhutan? That would be one of the cheapest options. In this case, you can fly to Paro right there and go to Paro here. Between Paro and Thimphu, the capital, you can stay independently. You don't need a tour, you don't need a guide. So you can stay here. You go to booking.com, book your own hotel. I'm gonna leave the link in the description and explore by yourself here. You can explore the Dzong right over there, amazing. You're gonna see written here if you can actually explore without a guide. I'm almost sure I came here with a guide, so it was a mistake more or less. At the end of the day, Nick and we came here. She already left. But we make mistakes so you don't make mistakes. And we can help you avoid the same mistakes and save money at the same time. So we went with that guide, but I believe, I'm almost sure I'm going to confirm here after, because I'm going after here, if you can visit the Dzongs without a guide. I believe so, you can. The same here, same thing in Thimphu, the huge Dzong they have there, those fortresses, if you can visit without a guide. Well, other things you can do without a guide, the big Buddha, the bronze Buddha that you have above Thimphu, You can also visit without a guide. You need a taxi or you can hike up, but you can do it without a guide. Tiger's Nest, the main tourist attraction here that everyone wants to come and to see the Tiger's Nest, the monastery. Yes, definitely sure. As of now, December 3rd, 2024, you can hike up to the monastery by yourself and take as many pictures as you want. You don't need a guide. You need to pay something at the bottom, but you don't need a guide. Obviously, you need transport there, and it's that way in Paro, close to Paro. What you do need, what you might need, I'm gonna confirm. I have someone in the hotel right now confirm that for me. If you need a guide to get inside the monastery, and honestly, if you go all the way there, you came all the way here to Bhutan and everything, why not like go inside, learn more about Buddhism. The most Buddhist country in the world, almost 100% of people here are Buddhist. There is a cave there where the tiger rests. It's kind of a little bit Indiana Jonesy over there. You have to go very narrow passages with some stairs, but it works, so it's worth it. But you can only do that if you can get inside the monastery. Pretty cool, this forest close to the Paro Zone. Nice walk here. I'm here now. Let's see if they let me in without a guide. So no, you can't get in without a guide. I tried, and the police officer right in front of the gate, inside the gate, just said, "No, sir, I'm sorry, you need a guide." He didn't explain where I can get one, how much I need to pay, which is understandable. But yeah, so you need a guide. So you can visit a few parts here let's start going back. Just cool to see the flag. It's not everywhere you see the Bhutanese flag. So yeah, you can explore a little bit from outside the Dzong here in Thimphu, here in Paro. But to do more things, you need a guide. And I'm almost sure if I can get inside here without a guide, to get into the monastery or the Tiger's Nest, I'm almost 100% sure you can get in without a guide. So yes, you can kind of explore a little bit Bhutan without a guide, but you will need a guide to do the nicest things. So what you can do again, arrive here without a guide and organize a few things here. It might be cheaper or organized through your hotel. That's it. So confirming what I was saying before, yes, you do need a guide to go to Tiger's Nest, inside the monastery. Possibly not to hike, but again, to hike the Tiger's Nest and not go to the monastery doesn't make much sense, in my opinion. And the prices she gave me here, like seriously, about $23, $24, and $35 to $36 here. I just converted, and that's the royal palace here in Paro. So when the king comes here to visit Paro, he stays over there. So this is the kind of thing that you can do for free here, independently. You don't need a guide. But to get inside there, yes, you need. Something I forgot to mention, you can also hire typical clothes here. So if you want to go in the temple, take pictures of the typical clothes, it's pretty cool. Obviously, there's going to be someone without anything better to do in their lives. They're going to say, "Oh, this is cultural appropriation." But if the Bhutanese people don't care, you shouldn't care neither. Or the person, whoever it is, shouldn't care neither. And here, I read in other places, this Kona bicycle shop. You can rent e-bicycles for mountain bike and everything to do here independently. And they have tours, so you can also research about it. So that's a fruit market here in Paro, in Bhutan. And as you can see, I'm completely by myself. So yes, you can do independent traveling now in Bhutan. But yeah, here you are free to walk around and explore the market, the people, the fruits, and the attractions here in Paro. I don't know if you can see from here the fortress, the Dzong. No, but even the market is really pretty. So to summarize, the first option, you fly from Kathmandu, come here to Paro, explore Tiger's Nest, explore Thimphu, can do all of that independently. No need a tour, no need a guide. But I'm gonna talk still the option going by land. But I would recommend, if you're coming here, unless you just wanna tick, I've been to Bhutan, that's it, I don't care. I recommend go to Punakha, which is used to be the capital here until the 1960s. They moved the capital here to Thimphu because one, it's closer to the airport, and two, it's closer to India. And I explained that why that's important in my geopolitical analysis video. But I recommend you to go to Punakha. One, because when you go into Punakha, from Thimphu, you go up, and then down. And so in this pass here, about 3,000 meters, about 10,000 feet, 3,000 something, above sea level, you have an amazing view of the Himalayas. Huge, gorgeous. And you're gonna see the sacred mountain that there was never been climbed in the world. It's the only virgin high altitude mountain in the world. And you're gonna see 180 stupas right on that point. 108 is a very important number for Buddhism. So I recommend. And in Punakha, you have the longest bridge, walking bridge in the country. You have the largest dzong, like this one. So there are things to do in Punakha as well. So what I would recommend, do these two cities independently, Paro and Thimphu. And then once you are in Thimphu, you arrange maybe a day trip. I think you can do as a day trip. I slept in Punakha. But you can do a day trip with a guide and a driver, explore in Punakha, come back to Thimphu, and that's it. And then you don't need the guide and the driver anymore. And from Thimphu to spend the day in Punakha, about $60. I just converted here 5,000. It's the same as rupees, Indian rupees. So that's a pretty good deal. Like definitely worth it. If you're here to get a guide to go to Tiger's Nest, and if you are in Thimphu to get a guide with car here, including transportation and guide free, about $60. Super deal. Maybe with the same guide here, you can get into the dzong in Thimphu if you talk to them. And so then obviously you have to count that as accommodation. I found a hotel here for $30-something. I don't care too much about comfort, luxury, so it starts from that. Food is very cheap here, unless you want to eat really well. It is cheap to eat in Bhutan. Bhutan is cheap actually, unless you are on a tour and everything. Then everything sounds more expensive. Bhutan itself is not that expensive once you are here. Like we saw these massages in a decent hotel. We are here, 30 minutes massage, shoulder, neck, and everything. It's about $12-13. That's not bad at all. Way cheaper than Europe and United States, for instance. Here, espresso, like an Americano, it's $1.50. Cappuccino, $2 a little bit. This is cheaper than United States and West Europe. Chicken fried rice, it's about $3.50, almost $4. That's pretty cheap. You don't find that prices in United States or West Europe anymore. So it's not obviously Southeast Asia like Vietnam, Laos, Cambodia cheap, but it's pretty cheap. So yeah, and this is not nice-ish hotel. If you stay in so if you're gonna eat on the streets, it's much cheaper than that. And I'm staying in an independent hotel that I booked myself for $30. That's pretty decent as well. I told you that Bhutan, outside the tours, guided tours and everything, is a cheap place. Like a soft drink, Sprite, and a big water, less than $1. That's cheap, to be honest. It's not that expensive here, actually. It's not like the food, clothes, and everything. Transportation is not that accommodation is not expensive. The expensive is the $100 minimum per night, and the necessity of a guide if you go outside. What else? Taxi from the airport to here to Paro, about $6. Then a taxi to Thimphu. From the airport, I pay $19, but I know if you pay here, it's about from Paro to Thimphu, $10. Start adding up, doing the bills over there. So that's the exit of the airport. So pretty. And So there are two options for transportation here. One, I think it's a fixed price. You pay 1,600 Indian rupees, newt, which is about $19 to go all the way to Thimphu. Or the most economic option, you pay 500 newt, the Indian rupees, which is about $6. And then you go to Paro, and from Paro you take a bus to Thimphu, which is $200 more, so 700, about $8-9. So you save there about $10. It's up to you. So that's it. You can do independently just these two cities. You can add a guided visit to Punakha, or the other option, not flying. And I'm gonna explain a little bit here. I was supposed to go with Nikki, and you're gonna see the whole story about how you can do that in my video about the whole trip here in Bhutan. You're supposed to fly from Delhi, India to Bagdogra, and it's much cheaper flight return. Delhi, Bagdogra, Delhi, then Kathmandu, Paro, Kathmandu. And from there, take a train to Jangling or something like that. I'm gonna put the name here because I'm bad with names. And from there, you will need a guide to help you cross the border and go to Thimphu. But you're gonna see a different part of Bhutan, and you're gonna save about, I would say, $300 with your flight, because you don't need to be in Nepal, you don't need to fly. You just fly domestically inside India. So that's an option as well. But then you have to figure out how much you have to pay for the guide. I don't know about that. A tip, if you book a hotel, contact your hotel. Sometimes they can help with that. Again, I love my tour agents. It was really nice. They were mixed Bhutan and Vietnamese. Was a decent price. But I'm thinking about you who wanna save and up. If I knew all of that I know now, I would have done it. I wanted to save, but it didn't happen. But now it's gonna happen for you. So those are the options. Again, I'm gonna repeat just to clarify. Independently, just Thimphu and Paro. You can visit Tiger Nest, maybe not the monastery. I'm gonna give the answer here. I'm almost sure you can visit the Dzongs and the Dzong in Thimphu. Add Punakha, you're gonna need a guide. It's worth it. Or you can go by land to save on your flights. And the cheapest flight, if you don't go by land, the Indian route, Nepal, Paro. And again, all this information I'm giving you, it's December 3rd, 2024. Things might change. Things change all the time. I'm gonna leave you in the description a link to the bhutantravel. I think it's the official website here from the government. And they keep updating the information there. You can see all the updated information, and they might update information. Maybe it's going to become easier to come here. Maybe you can visit other cities without a guide. Maybe you can't visit Thimphu anymore without a guide. Maybe they're going to increase the SDF cost. Maybe they're going to reduce. Once you're watching this video, I don't know when, check it out, that website. And just going back about tours, if you don't want to travel independently, if it's too much trouble and anything, there are guided tours, bunch of guided tours. There are like local guided tours. There are also like Western guided tour companies like G Adventures. That's one I recommend. They organize everything for you. They cover all over the world. They have guided tours all over the world, literally. Super easy to do. They're a little bit more expensive than booking a local company here. They essentially book a local company here, and they have the markup to market and to do the business with you. But I still independently, it's not that hard to do it here. For those who don't know Intrepid, I think it's a Canadian tour company. They have organized tours to literally everywhere around the world, like guided tours. And they organize everything, it's really chill. So if you are independent, you are worried about traveling independent, you would like to explore more the world, but don't want the hassle of organizing everything yourself and being alone, independent, or you can hire them. I have some articles that I talk about them. I'm gonna leave the description, the link to their website. One interesting thing is G Adventures is the same. It's essentially they're not the same company, but they do exactly the same thing. It's cool to use their website to plan your itinerary. So if you're going to Bangladesh, the way I'm gonna go soon, you can just go to their website, check out tours to Bangladesh, and then you see the itinerary with the map, and then you copy. they have description of what they're gonna do, and you do the same. They're pretty good, but it's expensive compared to independent traveler, like me most of the times. But yeah, that's an option. Something I forgot to mention: e-visa. Yes, you can apply for your e-visa yourself. You don't need a tour agency to do that for you. In the Bhutan travel website that I'm sharing the link in the description, you can find the link there and you can apply yourself. So don't worry if they say, no, you need to have a tour to apply. The tour company has to apply for your e-visa. No, you don't need a tour company. I hope you enjoyed the video. And if you want to know more about Bhutan and how you can travel to Bhutan on a budget and mostly independently, subscribe to the channel because I'll be posting soon a video explaining everything you need to know. Safe travels.